For today here on Full Metal Attack. That was Molotov, their first song off the new album, Fight the Silence. You can see them live at Gramercy Theater on the 16th of this month, February. That's a Sunday. Doors open at 6. Tickets are on sale at livenation.com or ticketmaster.com, wherever tickets are sold. I will be there, so you'll probably see me hanging out around there. Nick might come, right, Nick?
Might.
It's a big might.
Big might. No offense.
Yeah, in the beginning of that set, you had Dead and Buried from A Day to Remember's newest album, Common Courtesy. A great album by them.
What have the reviews been, the official reviews been for the album?
For what? Common Courtesy or
Yes.
Fight the Silence?
Common Courtesy.
Well, you get both sides of the coin. You got people saying, oh, it's a great album, which I think it's a great album. You have both pop elements to it, very heavy elements, as heard in Dead and Buried. And then there's some people that are like, you know what, this is not the Day Remember I remember. I know it's kind of stupid to say, but it's not the day remember that they know, and they're like, oh, they're straying too much, too heavy, they're doing too much pop, I don't like this.
I was referring, though, to, if you don't mind me interrupting, official reviews.
Like stars?
Yeah, like official critic reviews.
To be honest with you, I have not read up on official critic reviews.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I definitely can have that for you next show. Fight the Silence just came out, so a lot on iTunes, a lot of 4 and 5 stars from people. But like I said, I mean,
right,
a lot of critics, the same. You're gonna get critics that are low in the numbers and the stars, and a lot of that high, and saying this is what metal is, this is what metal isn't.
And you were foaming at the mouth and chomping at the bit to get that For Today album.
Oh, I'm so excited! I got it.
So when you got it, for iTunes or actual CD?
No, I got it through iTunes.
And you listened to the whole thing.
Listen to the whole thing in a day.
What is your opinion?
I am not disappointed at all. I got the new Asking Alexandria album, and I was disappointed, I gotta say.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of your favorite bands.
Yeah, it's one of them. They kind of knocked down because honestly, they did this album rushed. I think they went on tour and they actually wrote the album and recorded them while on tour, which I think is just not a good idea.
Why not just do a live album in that sense?
Well, you don't see a lot of heavy metal bands like this doing live albums unless it comes with a DVD package. Dead Throne, when that album came out by Devil Wears Prada, they had a DVD and live CD package.
Well, that would work.
But with Asking Alexandria, I have not seen one DVD package out there. I could be wrong, but I have not seen it. But anyway, back to For Today. Great album. I mean, I listened through this album, and I don't have any complaints about any song. There's a couple songs in there that are, I don't want to say complete songs. They may only be like a minute long of like the guitarist Ryan Lietru singing some clean vocals, almost kind of setting up the next song. They're definitely strayed away, even though they didn't stray away from their faith, of course, but they did stray away from the blatant speaking of God and worship in their music, which is could be looked at positively and negatively, obviously to critics and to people listening. But I think it's good for them to do something different. I didn't mean they had 4 straight albums of just that.
Right.
And now they're talking about issues in America, everywhere actually, just basic sociology and social issues, and they incorporate some worship in there, but it's not as apparent as before. So I'm definitely glad that they're opening the horizons and doing more different music.
Just trying to open up a little bit, maybe get a wider audience.
Definitely. iTunes is $9.99, 12 songs. Definitely pick it up if you like For Today. And like I said, go see them live at Gramercy Theater. They're doing Fight the Silence tour with a band called Like Moths to Flames. If no one knows who that is, if people know this, the band To the Lions, it's the drummer's new band. Phenomenal band. For Today with a great album. $27 to go. It's cheap, and you get to see like 6 bands. You can't go wrong.
Nope, not at all. That is just under $5 a band, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's time for the Allen College weather report. Tonight, mainly clear and cold, low of 18 degrees. Tomorrow, partly sunny and cold, a high of 30. And Saturday, snow late in the afternoon, high of 30. This weather report is brought to you by Iona College. Move the world.
More like move the snow. Did you have to shovel it all yesterday?
Oh, man, it stunk. I had to shovel a lot yesterday.
I couldn't. I went outside. It
was horrible.
And I started doing my steps, and I was like, I quit. I had to actually stop multiple times.
It was bad.
And then my brother came out and did the walk, and we stopped. And then we tried to do my car, and we stopped. And it was just ridiculous. And it's not over.
No,
it's not over. Sunday.
It's not over.
Supposedly Sunday, another snowpocalypse is coming.
Snowpocalypse.
Snowpocalypse. That's my official word for any time we get massive amounts of snow that the weathermen just go bonkers over. It's the snowpocalypse.
Nick's favorite word picks.
Nick's favorite word picks.
Well, you're listening to the only station between V and X, WICR. Huh? Get it? Time for the NHL report. 11 games tonight. Flames at Islanders, Oilers at Rangers. Talbot to start that game. They're sitting Lundqvist for the Pittsburgh game on Friday. They'll be at Pittsburgh.
Good call.
Avalanche at Flyers and Jets at Capitals. Winnipeg Jets versus the Washington Capitals. Very good matchups tonight. I mean, there's also another bunch of games on later tonight.
And what of the Callahan situation, if you don't mind me asking?
No, definitely. It's in the report. The puck has probably dropped for the Islanders, Oilers, and Flyers, I believe, so they're probably well into the first period or even ending. Callahan, news for Callahan, same thing. He wants a 7-year extension, and apparently it's more than the $42 million that everyone was saying. It's apparently around 45 to 47 million. I mean, I know he's a captain, but the Rangers have to be careful because the Buffalo Sabres have announced that they are comfortable offering that amount of money to Callahan. I don't know what Callahan's going to do. I don't know if he's going to walk.
Well, when you're only talking about $3 or $4 million, I mean,
But
it's penny cash.
But the problem with that is that the Rangers didn't even want to give him the $42 million at 7 years. They're afraid, like every other organization. I mean, it happened with A-Rod. They're afraid that they're going to give this guy 7 years, spend $42 million, and this guy's only going to have 5 more years left in him or 4 more years left. He's 28 years old. Believe he's 28. Yes, 28. He's not that big of a goal scorer. I mean, he's not. He definitely brings morale to the team. He's a great captain. Tonight, Alain Vigneault has put him center of the power play unit, of one of the power play units. So he was promoted to a power play unit, which is saying a lot. Obviously, Alain Vigneault does not want him leaving.
Absolutely not. No.
And Callahan has proven. Last night, 2 nights ago against the Avalanche, he scored 2 goals.
He was very close to having a hat trick.
Very close to having a hat trick. I'd hate to see him go. I think he's a Ranger through and through.
Absolutely.
And,
do you know how many shots on goal he had in that game? If you think a guess.
5 or 6. So he didn't have that many shots on goal. But
and they won 4-2, right?
I think Stroman had his first goal of the season last night. I mean, you're more than halfway through in Stroman. Right. He's a great defenseman. But speaking of defensemen, we'll go over the Rangers later. Some NHL news. Steve Stamkos, unfortunately, the Tampa Bay Lightning has announced that he will not be able to play in Sochi because of the leg injury he sustained in the beginning of the season. He took a bad hit into the goalpost, broke his leg badly. So unfortunately, the Lightning have announced that Stamkos will not play in Sochi, which is just totally upset only because he's a great player.
Which leads me to the next question, Pete. Who are some NHL players who will be in Sochi?
Well,
do you know?
Well, we have Zach Parise, I believe, is the captain.
Okay.
Callahan, Stepan, and who else? And McDonough have been named Team USA from the Rangers. Lundqvist is going to be on Team Sweden along with Carl Hagelin.
Oh, interesting.
Zuccarello is going to be playing for Norway. Rick Nash is going to be playing for Canada along with Sidney Crosby from Pittsburgh. He's going to be the captain of Team Canada. And, I mean, some great players.
So basically you're going to be watching NHL hockey throughout the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean...
I joke.
I mean, there's an NHL break coming up after the 7th, obviously, for the Sochi games. But there is hockey to be talked about, so we'll definitely be covering Team USA.
Now, can you imagine if Team USA was to play Sweden, and you have Callahan and McDonough going against Lundqvist?
It's happened. And Stepan.
Yes, of course.
But it's happened before, and they're representing their countries.
Yeah.
It's definitely different than other organizations. You really don't see a lot of people who play in the USA play for their homeland's team.
It beats the heck out of curling. That's not nice. We shouldn't make fun of people who play with brushes. Anyway,
some other news, some trades to talk about. Today, actually, the Canadiens have traded Robert Znarnik for LA Kings forward Steve Quayler. Big move for the LA Kings, giving up forwards. Hopefully it's a good move. Hopefully Canada and the Kings, the Montreal Canadiens, benefit from this trade. And then also on January 22nd, for all your Ranger fans out there, big trade for the Rangers that took place. Defenseman Michael Delzato has been finally traded. He has been giving me such agita.
You are very. He pulls out the Italian word for that too.
Yeah.
You are very happy about Delzato being
Michael
gone.
Delzato traded for Nashville's Kevin Klein. Nashville got in return Delzato. Kevin Klein working really well with the team. I'm very happy for him. He's definitely adapting very well. Well, that's the NHL report here at Illinois College's Full Metal Attack. You can listen to us live on Ustream.com and Live365.com by searching WICR. Now, I never thought these words would leave my lips.
What could they be, Pete?
I have new music from Boston.
What?
I know that this is the heaviest portion of the show. However, I have new music from Boston.
New music from Boston.
Yeah, it's flabbergasted, but well, here it is. New music from Boston. This is Heaven on Earth, followed by some Avenged Sevenfold, and of course, more for today. Of course.
Once I thought life was easy. I thought love would be